This is our test track. Here we can try out our vehicles and any setup changes you make in a relatively safe environment. Right now, we compete in stock vehicle drag racing. The idea is fairly simple. Floor the throttle, keep the car straight, don't crash, and be fastest to the finish line. Seems easy, right? It's a little more complicated than that. Don't worry, we'll take you through the steps one by one. First phase of drag racing is the burnout. The goal of a burnout is to heat up the tires and lay down tire rubber on the track to have better grip at the start line. Great work! The tires are nice and hot. You put down good rubber onto the track. You should have some excellent grip off the start line now. Are warmed up, we need to roll back over the staging line. Shift down until your car enters reverse gear. Once you're in reverse, press the throttle gently to... Okay, now we can begin the staging process. The staging line is where we start the race from. Shift up into forward gear and gently roll forward. But be careful not to stage too deeply. If you cross the staging line, it's a jump start. It's instant. This is what we like to call the Christmas tree. Notice the large row of lights below the staging lights? That will tell you when you can start to floor. When the amber light turns on, that means it's time to react. You got a few tenths of a second before the green light turns on, so hit the throttle as quickly as you can. If you do cross the deep staging line while the amber light is shining, the red light will turn on. The red light signals a disqualification. Once the light turns green, it's go time. Only then can your car cross the staging line. Careful! Try to keep the car straight. Crashing's expensive, and more importantly, we need you to come back in one piece. Try again. slow down the vehicle dramatically without putting excessive pressure on your brake system. Shoots are help. Great work! You made it across the finish line, and you managed to stop your vehicle before hitting the sandbox. Let's head on over to the garage and get you more acquainted with the inside. Welcome to the garage area. This is where you prepare the vehicle for the upcoming race weekend. Your vehicle is divided into different parts, which affect the performance. Let's buy a new part to use in the upcoming race weekend. Because these parts are brand new, they're better quality than your previous ones. They'll also last longer and improve the performance of your vehicle. Feel free to purchase any part that catches your eye. This is the Research and Development Department. Here you can start R&D projects to improve your parts. Pay attention to how much money and time each R&D project will cost. Welcome to your first race weekend. Let me explain how NHRA competition works. Every NHRA championship season is broken up into several different race weekends. During a race weekend, you earn points towards your championship total. The driver with the most points at the end becomes the champion and gets a championship Wally to add to their trophy cabinet. Winning a race weekend not only earns you a Wally, it nets you a decent haul of cash as well. A race weekend consists of 3 days on track. Test races on Friday, qualifiers on Saturday, and elimination races on Sunday.
I can feel the anticipation for our next race coming up here in the commentary box, ladies and gentlemen. The roar of the engines firing up, the smell of the exhaust, the sun leaving off the engines. It does not get better than this. The car in the right lane won't be able to do much while smoking the tires like that. Drivers in close competition with one another in the pack. The right lane driver is so out of the groove. Can they finish strong? An exceptional pass from both drivers, but unfortunately only one was able to move on to the next round. Another sensational race is in the books, and we've got more to come, so don't go anywhere. Hello, folks. I'm Brian Loans, and I'll be your host for this weekend's NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series event. I hope you're as excited for the action as I am. If you're lucky this weekend, race fans, you can get a chance to run into some of your favorite drivers right down at the midway. Do not be shy. They love taking photos and getting on. NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series never fails to deliver hard-pounding, high-octane action. The road to the finals carries on. In case you were wondering, yes, the Wally Trophy is named after the Patriots' daughter, Wally Cars. It's a much popular figure around here. The driver wants a Wally to take it. From my vantage point up here in the announcer's booth, those tires look pretty cool. Let's see if they'll have an effect on the up-yup. If you thought the last round was exciting, It'll be hard to top that last race, but I am certain the drivers in the next round will leave it all on the track. We've got more NHRA drag racing action coming up.
This is the pit. Here we do maintenance between races. Here you can repair low-integrity parts, replace broken parts, or tune the car. Parts will always break down over time in this sport, but mishandling will lead to more issues. So be careful when you're out there on track. You have a set amount of time to make all your repairs and replacements, so make sure you plan accordingly.
In case you were looking to go on a road trip, the NHRA has over 140 sanctioned drag strips across the country. We've got plenty more NHRA action to come, so stick around. You won't want to miss it. The Wally is what these drivers are all fighting on the track for. Introduced in 1969, Wally trophies are 18 inches tall and 12 pounds, 19 wrestling. It is the most coveted prize in drag racing. Oh, he was smoking the heights on that one. I can feel the anticipation for our next race coming up here in the commentary box, ladies and gentlemen. The roar of the engines firing up, the smell of the exhaust, the sun flipping out the engines. It does not get better than this. Stay tuned for our next NHRA event. It is such a shame that only one driver can move forward after that.
Let's go over tuning your vehicle. It may seem like an ultra-powerful machine, but it's also quite delicate. For the car to perform at its best, it has to take many factors into account. You can tune your vehicle to account for these factors in order to get the optimal performance out of your car.
Make sure you've got your earplugs and earmuffs in for this next pass. These engines use decibel levels of 150 dB, which is as loud as a flight radar. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's a centerline violation, which means instant disqualification. Both drivers have given us some incredible performances so far. We're set up nicely. If you're lucky this weekend, race fans, you can get a chance to run into some of your favorite drivers right down the pit lane with 2 minutes to shine. They love taking photos and giving autographs. Hello, folks. I'm Brian Loans, and I'll be your host for this weekend's NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series event. I hope you're as excited for the action as I am. Hope you're staying hydrated out there, folks. Today, stick around for more action. This is what we love to see. Too gritty, hard to... Make sure you've got your earplugs and earmuffs in for this next pass. These engines use decibel levels of 150 dB, which is as loud as a flight radar. Absolutely no fear in either of these drivers. That's why they're at the top of the sport. The finals are still... Our founder, Wally Parks, began the NHRA in 1951 to promote safety and competitive organization for hot rod was something special, wasn't it? Two of the NHRA's brightest stars head-to-head in the... I want to give a big thanks to all the staff and volunteers here at the racetrack for making events like these possible. Both of these drivers are very strong. One will be the first to reach the finish line. Let's see who's going to be packing their bags after this race. That race certainly did not disappoint. Wow, that was something special, wasn't it? Two of the NHRA's brightest stars. Hope you're staying hydrated out there, folks. First round NHRA drag racing action with two of the sport's finest. That race certainly did not disappoint. What a masterful performance by both drivers. I've got to see that one again. It came down to the slimmest of margins. The NHRA Safety Safari does such a great job each and every weekend of keeping the drivers and the spectators safe. Give them a big round of applause. display by both drivers. You can tell that they put their heart and soul into every... In case you were looking to go on a road trip, the NHRA has over 140 sanctioned races. It is such a shame that only one driver can move forward after that performance, but move forward they will. Four football fields in less than 5 seconds. That's an indication of just how lightning these cars are. A race as good as that one. Put your hands together for this weekend's champ. That's another Wally for their mantle. What a way to cap off our NHRA race weekend with an all-time classic final. We have had here today, and it wouldn't be possible without our great NHRA fans. Thanks for coming out, folks. We'll see you next time. 4 football fields in less than 5 seconds. That's an indication of just how lightning quick these cars are. The car in the left lane won't be able to do much with smoke in the tires like that. What a way to kick off this first round. I wouldn't be surprised if we see they lost to traction. Can you believe what we've just seen? These drivers give it absolutely everything every time their wheels touch the drag strip. With this level of competition so far this weekend, who knows what we're going to see in the finals? The starting line, and in the end, that was all they needed to bring home the victory. We've got a great crowd this weekend exploring the pits, taking a peek at those incredible engines being built, but it's just about time to see those engines scream down the racetrack. In case you're looking to go on a road trip, the NHRA has over 140 sanctioned drag strips across America. Absolutely no fear in either of these drivers. That's why they're at the top of the sport. The finals are still to come, so stick around. Reaction time advantage, but it was exactly what they needed to come out ahead for the win. In case you were wondering, yes, the Wally Trophy is named after Patriots guard Wally Marks. It's quite a popular figure around here. If you thought the last round was exciting, you ain't seen nothing yet. That was a great performance from both drivers. This is what we love to see. Two gritty, hard-nosed racers putting everything they have into their dragsters. Let's see what the next round will bring. Go back to that start. The driver in the right lane came off the starting line quicker, which gave them the advantage that they needed. The NHRA, that's the National Hot Rod Association, is the largest auto racing sanctioning body in the world. There are over 3,500 auto races. Both of these drivers are very strong, but only one will be the first to reach the finish line. Let's see who's packing their bags after this race. You can feel the heat from those engines all the way up here in the announcing booth. Wow, that was something special, wasn't it? Two of the NHRA's brightest stars head-to-head, and there's plenty more of that to come next. Slight reaction time advantage, but it was exactly what they needed to come out ahead for the win. 4 football fields in less than 5 seconds. That's an indication of just how lightning quick these cars are, ladies and gentlemen. Both drivers will be looking to make easy work of their opponent in the first round. You just don't see a race that good every day, folks. One race closer to the conclusion of this race weekend. We'll find out soon who takes home the wallet. What a pleasure it is to call this event in front of our Royal NHRA fans. No better fans in the world than NHRA track racing fans. This feels like it could be the beginning of a famous rivalry. These two incredible drivers. That's the end of another race weekend, and what a race weekend it was. We'll be talking about this one for a long time to come. So long, folks. One race closer to the conclusion of this race weekend. We'll find out soon who takes home the wallet. We've got a great crowd this weekend exploring the pits, taking a peek at those incredible engines being built, but it's just about time to see those engines scream down the racetrack. Make sure you've got your earplugs or earmuffs in for this next pass. These engines hit decibel levels of 150 dB, which is as loud as a fighter jet. It'll be hard to top that last race, but I am certain the drivers in the next round will lead. What's hotter than the Nevada sun? It's the action taking place on the track here at this Las Vegas Motor Speedway, NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series.